Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Okay, so we all heard what Terrence Crawford just said on his live that he did, where he talked about the whole situation with negotiating this Errol Spence fight. And the one thing you will notice is even though Errol Spence didn't say all of the same things that Terrence Crawford said, but the main thing is what he did say, it pretty much coincided with what Terrence Crawford said. What I mean is nothing that Errol Spence said was really the opposite of what Terrence Crawford said, which is a further indication that obviously what Terrence Crawford said, it was true. In fact, Terrence Crawford, he confirmed some things that I didn't even think was true. Like when he said that he really wasn't guaranteed upfront money. Now, me and Akib, we always talk, and he was telling me that this was true. And I was telling him I didn't believe it. I said I didn't believe that Terrence Crawford was not guaranteed money up front because PBC had never done this for anyone before. So I didn't believe it at all until Terrence Crawford came out and confirmed it, which was shocking to me and still doesn't make any sense. But Terrence Crawford obviously revealed a lot. He was definitely responding to a lot of the fans that were accusing him of purposely pulling out of this fight, never wanting it, just negotiating, I guess, for 4 months just to act like he wanted it. Speaking of actually wanting this fight, Terrence Crawford actually called up Errol Spence directly, and he told him that he has investors that's willing to pay them $25 million a piece for this fight. Now, we already know there are plenty of investors that are willing to finance a fight, especially a fight of this magnitude. This is the reason why so many fighters are willing to fight in Dubai right now, because there's a lot of billionaires out there that are willing to put down some serious money to host these type of fights. So with that being said, Terrence Crawford, he actually tells Errol Spence once again, I got investors that are willing to pay us $25 million a piece. Now, Errol Spence's only concern in his response to Terrence Crawford was, what about the back end? That was the only question he had. And what Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence said from this point was pretty interesting, because this is the first time I ever heard boxers, admit things like this. But Terrence Crawford, he said to Errol Spence, he said, come on, man, pay-per-view is pretty much dead with all the free streams that people do today. And Errol Spence, he said, man, yeah, I got my Fire Stick right now. And that's funny because that just goes to show you that way more people than you thought are now willing to pay for pay-per-view when you can obviously watch it for free. So Terrence Crawford's point was the back end doesn't really matter if we're going to both be guaranteed $25 million up front and you're still going to be guaranteed a percentage of the pay-per-views. But the $25 million up front is damn near covering 80 to 100% of the back end and the front end. Now, this offer that Terrence Crawford proposed, I could understand, I could see this two different ways. Now, when it comes to Terrence Crawford, of course, this $25 million deal, it makes all the sense in the world for him to take it. Why? Because he's not guaranteed an upfront purse. But with Errol Spence, it's a little bit different because Errol is already getting everything that he wants in a deal. He's already getting the upfront purse by PBC. So that's more of a reason for Errol Spence to stay where he is and be loyal to Al Haymon and PBC. Now, the good news is Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, they are both still sounding extremely optimistic that the fight is still going to happen. And it's still going to happen around the time that PBC was trying to make the fight happen, which is the beginning of next year. What you'll notice is neither Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford has said that we're walking away and we're no longer negotiating this fight. They're both talking about, once again, this fight happening sometime around the beginning of next year. If Errol Spence felt that Terrence Crawford was just playing games and he really didn't want the fight, there's no way Errol Spence will be talking about spinning around the block. Errol would have been completely done with negotiating with Crawford, but that's not the case. So we'll see how this plays out, but that's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.